Just give me a moment when I speak, I'm sorry. You are conversant with your standing orders?
Yes, I am.
And order number 65. That is where standing order number 65 starts.
Yes.
I want us to go to page 265.
I'm there.
And I want you to read for me standing order number 65-4.
65-4. And I read, when the order for the motion is read, the Speaker shall refuse to allow the member to move the motion unless the Speaker is satisfied that the member is supported by at least a third of all the members of the Assembly to move the motion, provided that within the 7 days' notice, the clerk shall cause to be prepared and deposited in his office a list of all members of the Assembly with an open space against each name for purposes of spreading signatures, which list shall be entitled signatures in support of a motion for the removal of Meru County Governor by impeachment.
And you confirm that it is pursuant to order 65-4, or rather 65-4 was adhered to, and that is why you signed, where you have said you signed.
Yes.
From the reading of order 65-4, it is not possible for a member to be coerced or forced to sign.
It is possible.
Were you coerced?
Yes, I was.
Have you produced any evidence that you were?
In the affidavit, it is mentioned.
Which paragraph?
Number 6. And also number 8.
You say that you received calls instructing you or urging you or whatever.
Receiving calls is a way of...
Where does it say in this affidavit that you are forced to sign?
Do you know the content of the calls?
Where does it say that you are forced?
In the calls.
Sorry?
In the calls.
Can you read 65-5? Order 65-5?
(65-5), and I read, any signature appended to the list as provided under paragraph 4 shall not be withdrawn.
Are you aware, sir, that you cannot run away from a document that you have signed in law?
Yes.
Are you aware, sir, that a signature appended under Order 65 cannot be withdrawn, just like you've read?
Yes.
I put it to you, Bwana Muna, that you signed in support of the impeachment motion a signature which is irrevocable, no less. And then when you were taken to Masai Mara with the other 9 members, is when you decided to change your mind.
The Masai Mara story, I've heard it from you.
Mr. Speaker, I will yield some of my time to my colleague Mawira. I'm done with my cross-examination.
Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators, my name is Mawira. I have not more than 3 questions for the witness. Mr. Muna?
Yes.
From the video that was played,
Yes.
you said that the captions that are written in that video are part of the video.
Yes.
Are the speakers in that video speaking in English or the Meru language?
Meru language.
How then can the English captions be part of the video?
Any language can be translated.
So it is a translation?
It is.
It is not part of the video?
Now, a translation is not part.
Previously, you said it is part of the video. Now you're saying it is a translation. So
let me make it clear.
Which is it a translation or it is part of the video?
Let me make it clear. For the Senate to understand the language, it has to be translated. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Do the cameras capture captions? If you take a recording, for example, of the proceedings hearing, will the cameras include the subtitles?
I'm not a professional photographer, I don't know.
Okay. You voluntarily went to the clerk's office to sign the verification form?
Not voluntarily.
Not voluntarily?
Yes.
But you went to the clerk's office?
Yes.
Who coerced you to go to the clerk's office to sign?
I have answered that from the previous questions.
Were you pushed to the clerk's office?
What do you understand by
Were you carried there or did you walk to the clerk's office to sign?
I walked.
You walked?
Yes.
Voluntarily or you were pushed?
Involuntarily.
Who coerced you then?
I've seen there were calls.
You were coerced by a phone call to go and sign?
You can.
And you say that you represent the people of, is it Ntimawas Nyakist?
Nyakist.
So your people should believe you to say that you were coerced through a phone call and that independently you cannot make a decision on your own on whether to sign or not to sign.
Bwana Council, we have seen politicians dying in the course of duty. Do they die voluntarily out of politics? No.
You will confirm that nonetheless you signed.
Nonetheless, I signed involuntarily.
And the signature cannot be withdrawn?
It can't.
Okay. You talked of inducements to members, and you mentioned that Mr. Kimathi was sent to you. Is that anywhere in your affidavit?
It is not.
It is not in your affidavit. Is this Masai Mara trip that you went to part of the inducement that was offered to you?
I have earned it from you.
Very well. That is all in cross-examination, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. The Council for the Governor, do you have any re-examination to do?
Yes, I do, Mr. Speaker, sir. Very few questions for this witness in re-exam. I want you to confirm that you understand the Kimeru language being your mother tongue.
I do very well.
Very well. So, despite the subtitles and the translations,
yes,
even without them, you are able to tell the Senate what was said.
Exactly.
What you confirmed to have been said is the exact words that were uttered by the people we saw in the video?
I'm saying what is being uttered there is completely what is in the translation.
Thank you. You have been told that you've been given an infamous message that appears at page 17.
Yes.
Do you still have that?
It was in volume?
I believe it's volume 2. You have been told that?
Yes.
Transaction confirms that the governor conducted some violations before August.
Yes.
Kindly, I want you to look at the specific item that you referred to, appearing at page 17.
Yes, I'm there.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Read for us the date.
It is dated 1st July 2022.
1st July 2022.
Yes.
Was Governor Kawira the governor by 1st of July 2022?
No.
Is that an issue that can be attributed to her?
No.
Thank you. In any case, Mheshimiwa, what you're testifying is as to the good working relationship with the governor.
It is.
Was that your testimony?
Yes.
And how long did that good working relationship last, to the best of your assessment?
It must have lasted somewhere between February this year up to September this year. That is a period of 7 months.
Thank you. You are also not a member of BAS or UDA.
I'm not.
But how did you come across information that members of these two parties had been de-whipped?
It was communicated in the county assembly through the normal sittings.
Were you present when that communication was done?
I wasn't, but Frida Naito, Honorable, told us that it has been communicated.
Are the records of the House accessible to you?
They are.
Once a communication is done in the House, is it information that you can access?
But when this honorable member, nominated UDA member, was de-whipped, they refused to give her the official document to show that she has been de-whipped, but she was removed from committees and replaced as the vice chair of the water committee.
Was that communication done to the County Assembly of Meru?
It was done, but no official document was given to her for fear that it will be used as an evidence in this Senate.
It was also your testimony that you got instructions and coercion on phone.
Yes.
Compelling you to tender your signature in
Yes.
support of the impeachment motion?
Exactly.
Did you eventually exercise your free will by withdrawing from the support, by not voting or absconding from voting for the motion?
I would have voted in support, not supporting the impeachment
Yes.
that day, but me and some other 9 members could not access the County Assembly of Meru simply because the atmosphere was changed and goods were hired to harass us.
You have been told about a Masai Mara trip.
Yes.
Are you aware of any Masai Mara trip?
I've heard it from the council here.
Do you go to Masai Mara?
I didn't.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, that is all for this witness. Unless honorable members have a question, I would be glad to call my next witness with your guidance.
Now, honorable senators, we have about 5 minutes to seek clarifications or questions from this witness. Honorable Karungo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Kinyua, I know at the County Assembly of Meru, there are 3 modes of voting. That is yes, no, or abstinence, just like the Senate and the National Parliament. Now, you said you abstained, yet you have told us that you are not able to access Parliament because one of you was attacked. Does that mean you are able to access Meru County Assembly later before the voting done, or can you clarify on that?
Now, my initial plan, and that of other 9 members making it 10, was to be in the assembly to oppose the impeachment motion. Once we couldn't get into the assembly, that means we were absent. Maybe I've mixed up the term of being absent and abstinence.
Senator Enokwomboa.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will seek 3 very quick clarifications. First is just for clarify which political party he was elected on. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, according to the report of the resolution of the County Assembly of Meru on the impeachment, 59 MCAs voted to impeach the governor. 10 did not vote. We wouldn't know how they would have voted if they voted. So all members present and voting voted against the governor. Is it your testimony in this House that all the 59 members of the County Assembly of Meru who voted to impeach the governor were coerced or induced to take the vote that they did? The second last is you make very serious allegations in your affidavit on paragraph 7 that the DG tried to induce you
what is the evidence? And you make reference to several other members. Who are these members? Because people have names. You are called by the DG with several others. Who are these people that you are called with? And where's the evidence that he tried to induce you? Because these are serious matters you're dealing with. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, honorable senators, I am a member of Party of National Unity, PNU. Now, when we say that 10 were not, could not access the presence of the assembly, I mean, were they to be there, I believe they would have voted otherwise. The 59 of them who were present in the assembly that day and voted yes, I cannot say that all of them were coerced. I am drawing my conclusion from the talk that we had before the voting day. And I know the talk that majority of them had. Given a free will, they would not have impeached the governor. Finally, in your questions, when I say the deputy governor made calls, you're telling me to name specific people or members of county assembly to whom he called. But I can assert that he called all of them in an effort to get a support from them with a promise to increase ward fund from 15 million to 30 million.
Senator Samson Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So mine is to our good friend Onyamora. Just two quick clarification. You have told this House that you were not able to access the county assembly. Did you report to any police station, or do you have evidence to that effect, including the phone calls? If you can table. Finally, I can see your signature is number 59. And in standing order 65.5, the Meru County Assembly standing orders is specific on what you are signing. So, and you have alluded that a number of people were given inducement to, through you, Mr. Speaker, to support this impeachment motion. Is there a possibility that you have also been given inducement to testify against County Assembly? I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable senators. First, I have seen that I have OB belonging to one Honorable John Mogotu, MCA from Meru, who was assaulted on his way to the County Assembly of Meru. And if allowed, I can give it to this Senate, though it does not form part of my affidavit. Number two, when I talk about inducements to sign, Mr. Speaker, I know exactly what I mean. And everybody who signs was induced to do so, either through promises that one fund will be increased or through some other promises, sweet promises, in order for the members to sign.
Senator Sifuna. And honorable senators, we only had 5 minutes for clarification. I think the Senator Sifuna will probably be the last question we take.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to Counsel for the Assembly, my good classmate. Mr. Speaker, I have had to look up the meaning of coercion. The Merriam-Webster dictionary just speaks of the use of express or implied threats of violence or reprisal or other intimidating behavior that puts a person in immediate fear of the consequences in order to compel that person to act against his or her will. The question to the Counsel of the Assembly, is it the case of the Assembly that coercion only means physical coercion, that somebody has to hold your hand to sign? Is that the case that is being presented by the Assembly?
Mr. Speaker, under the law, coercion is not limited to physical intimidation and physical threats. It is as broad as the Honorable Senator suggests. Our case as the Assembly is that there is no shred of evidence of coercion. And anyone who makes such a claim must tell you, the least they can do is to tell you who coerced them, what was the specific threat, and how and why that threat induced them, as a matter of fact, from behaving in a manner that is inconsistent with how they would have behaved. And as we speak on the record, we don't know who, we don't know when, there is no evidence, it's just an allegation, and alleging is the easier thing to do. I can allege anything, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cheptumo, you seem to have a burning issue, and please be very quick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my clarification to the witness is on paragraph 3 of his affidavit. And it speaks about that it emerged from the leadership of the House that members of Parliament from Meru County and a few leaders had picked a war with the governor. And when you go to paragraph 8 again, it says we also received calls from other leaders within Meru. Is it your evidence, Mr. Nicholas, that the whole impeachment process is really initiated by forces outside the county assembly? Is that your position as per paragraph 3 and paragraph 8 of your affidavit? You need to clarify that for the House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Senators. Exactly that has been my assertion. And if you look at yesterday's submission, we had a member of parliament who was standing as a witness. There can be no other proof that members of parliament were involved if we don't consider that one of them was here as a witness. Number two, there was a video of Honorable Mporo Abori, the MP for Tigania East, in meetings all over the county, inciting residents against the governor. Why is it that we can accept that they were in public meetings and not calling the members of county assembly or inducing them or influencing them?
Thank you. Governor's Council, do you have another witness?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I indeed do have another witness. His name is Aruyaro Adrian.
Sergeant at Arms, can you please show the witness in?
As the witness is being ushered in, Honorable Speaker, he has sworn an affidavit that appears in our small booklet. His affidavit appears at page 96.
Okay, I direct that the witness be sworn in.
Okay. I, Adrian Karicha Aruyaru, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before the Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, kindly introduce yourself for record purposes. What is your full name? What do you do for a living?
Mr. Speaker, sir, and the honorable senators, my names are Adrian Karicia Aruyaru.
Where do you come from?
Come again?
Where do you come from?
I am a member of Meru Njuricheke, therefore I come from Meru.
Come from Meru County?
Yes.
Are you conversant with what happens in Meru County?
Yes.
Current affairs in Meru County?
Yes.
You have alluded to the fact that you are a member of Njuricheke Council of Elders.
Yes.
What position do you hold in the Council of Njuricheke?
I am the chairman of 3 sub-counties, that is Tigania West, and Tigania East, and Tigania Central sub-counties.
Does that include where the Njuricheke Shrine is?
Yes.
So that is your area?
Yeah, that is my area.
I am going to be very specific and short with your testimony. I want to refer you to the happenings of 14th of October 2022. Are you aware of anything that took place at Ncheru on 14th of October 2023?
Yes, I'm aware.
What happened there?
Njuricheke members were called, and they were few, because not all of them were called to go and attend a tree planting ceremony. We went there. I was there briefly because I was committed. And when we were there, things turned to be different because we were not to plant trees, but it turned to be political or a political rally. And many things happened there, which annoyed the Njuricheke. What happened? There is an oath which was given to the leaders of the Meru Assembly, that is the MCAs, and that one annoyed us because that one is a shrine, and according to Meru traditions or the Njuricheke traditions or regulations and rules, in a shrine you cannot administer any oath in that shrine.
Thank you. So you confirm that there was an oath administered at the Njuricheke Shrine?
Yes, there was.
Who administered that oath?
There was a section of leaders. That is, we have one Murangiri, who is Secretary General of Njuricheke in Meru, and there was even the chairman of the region, that is Mr. Kadera, and many others were there.
I want to refer you to the video marked as KMV7. Kindly, may we play that video? KMV7. Video KMV7. Mr. Speaker, we have just tested this video minutes ago.
Where's the sound
The
broadcasting?
sound was perfect. I do not know what is happening. Minutes ago it was working. Mr. Speaker, sir, I seek your directions on this. This video has been tested minutes ago. The sound was perfect.
Broadcast, I don't know what seems to be the problem, or IT. Is this a video we can actually view? Council,
yes.
Could you send one of your colleagues upstairs to the broadcast to see if they can
sure.
work
One of
on
my
the video?
colleagues has gone up there.
Okay.
Perhaps we can then play KMV 17 as we wait for that video to be sorted. KMV 17.
Sound. IT, are we going to have a problem with all the videos?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am inclined to register my dissatisfaction with the
Sorry,
technical
Council,
team.
are
Yes.
you in a position to move to maybe a different point as we wait for IT to handle the matter of the
This
videos?
witness, Mr. Speaker, sir, is only supposed to testify on what transpired on 14th of October, and the only piece of evidence that we rely on is those two videos. So then I will have no use for this witness if those videos are not effectively played.
Okay. IT or somebody from broadcast, can you have send somebody to give us an indication of what the problem is?
Mr. Speaker, sir,
Ng'ombe iteta kunyoru jite nae kwa kenda Meru etambere ana vetu baratu kuthomithia bakara bwega irazima Meru gite atia igwatanire ngithira yari SMCA ibe ankwenda kuga twembunge Meru batu tukayenda sauti tukwena arua ankwenda kuga twembunge Meru batu tukayenda sauti emwe na tutongere twi munene wetu witwa mthi konturi nturi. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Ni untu inya ng'ombe iteta kunyoru jite nae kwa kenda Meru etambere
Honorable Senators, kindly take your
seats. Kuthomithia bakara bwega irazima Meru gite
Let's pause the video first.
igwatanire.
Sorry for that. We have to ensure that the videos we're playing are of quality so that we can be able to follow through. Yes, Council, you may now proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. May we then have the video replayed from the beginning?
Na antukwena arua ankwenda kuga twembunge Meru batu tukayenda sauti emwe na tutongere twi munene wetu witwa mthi konturi nturi. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Ni untu inya ng'ombe iteta kunyoru jite nae.
Kindly pause the video. Can you identify the person making the speech?
Yes, that is the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly.
What has he just said in that video?
He has said that they want a Linda, and that Linda will be Mtekalenture, CS, and Grigasha. Yes.
Can we proceed with the video? Kindly play the video.
Kenda Meru etambere ana vetu baratu kuthomithia bakara bwega irazima Meru gite atia igwatanire ngithira yari SMCA ibe yabonde kaire ure kirwa njara na yakorwa njuri ncheke tuendelia chapter yetu haraka MCA jeni puinde kambo kalono kambo kindogo atokea ndo bamata
Confirm that the speaker is inviting MCAs into the podium.
Yeah, he is inviting all the MCAs who are there or who are present.
Thank you. Let's proceed.
aitia ororento morome awande taana ntomorome ndekinyete ntomorome mongo aroma barawa ho kadhibo taana robo barawa ko marua rete mokwa to taana renge woni kodhiria.
Thank you. Kindly pause. Kindly pause. There is a story the elder is giving of a woman. What is he saying about that woman?
He is saying that there was a woman that is long ago who was circumcising men. And there came a time after circumcising men for a long time so that she could sit on his back and circumcise men sitting on a man.
That story is meant to talk about a woman who oppresses men. Is that?
Yes.
Kindly, let's proceed.
Narua tueyete lai dori eyeta kodari mana ba kenda baita korwa ndo baita korwa bate keye kweba no doriete kene goye nkawa okay ya kwedra ekonka bidha biandwa tore akorwa Meru okay ya kwedra ya owe okethirwa watoto garutere watu okya mano toka watu gerumi.
Can you explain, pause the video and explain what that elder has told the MCAs?
What he has told the MCAs is that if there is anybody who is going to go against what the elders will tell them to do, will be cast. And those are the ones